Hi, and welcome back to another edition of Gray Hair and Tattoos. My name is Lonnie, and I'm so excited. Today will be our first episode of Mama Tats. Now, in this particular series, it's going to be my motherly advice to you in regards to tattooing. So it's going to be young or old, male, female, it doesn't matter. It's just going to be my advice to you in regards to tattooing. This will be your go-to resource if you have questions. Like I said, I just want this to be a channel, a series of me just giving you advice on tattoos as a mom. So let's just get going, and today we are going to talk about your first tattoo. Now, your first tattoo, regardless if you are, again, 18, 20, 40, 50, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be your first tattoo. And when you are getting your first tattoo, there's just a couple of things to keep in mind that we're going to be going over. Now, real quick side note, I personally think that you should wait until you're 18 to get your first tattoo. That is just, again, my motherly thought. There are exceptions to every rule. And in that exception, I would think a memorial tattoo, if it's helping you heal, I think that would be something that, again, an exception to every rule. But you are looking into getting your first tattoo. So some of the things that I want you to think about in planning your tattoo is what you're going to get, where you're going to put it, where you're going to get it. So basically, have you thought about what you want to get, where you're going to be putting the placement on your body, and who's going to be providing that tattoo for you? So let's go over these 3 steps real quick. And in this particular series, I will be touching on these subjects more and more. So continue to look back, because this is going to be further discussion. So what are you going to get? What tattoo is going to be your first tattoo? Now, I've talked about this with a couple of people. I've talked about this even with an artist or two. And my opinion for your first tattoo would be just something smaller, something simple, maybe a flower. You could do like a little sun, a little heart, a little moon. Anything that you like. My opinion is just to get a smaller, simple tattoo, just to kind of get you into that idea of what tattooing is like. Now, again, I'm thinking, okay, let's just say you're thinking to yourself, I want a tattoo. And you're like, well, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to start working on my sleeve. I don't think that that's a good idea. I mean, get a tattoo first. See if you like it, see if it's what you are about, if you enjoyed the experience, if it's something that you want to continue to do, then plan on larger pieces at a different date. If, let's just say, you do decide that you want your first tattoo and it is, a simple flower, put it someplace with the idea that you can add to it. Maybe one flower will turn into multiple flowers. For example, my arm here, I started with this shoulder flower and that's all I had. My shoulder flower went to 2 flowers, went to this flower, to this flower, to this flower. This one tattoo here led to my entire sleeve. When I got my first tattoo, I was not planning a full sleeve. Life just happened and it turned into a sleeve. So don't put too much pressure on yourself for picking the perfect design. Think more about what you're picking that can lead to other things. I mean, let's just say you get a sun. Well, the sun can lead into a portrait. I mean, there's just so many things that one tattoo can lead into. So again, when you're thinking about getting your first tattoo, it is my advice to get something small, something simple, to see what it is, if you like the experience. Again, I've had other people be like, no, go in, be bold, be brave. But I just don't know if that's right. Again, my advice is something simple. So you decided on what you want. And for just example, we're going to say you picked a flower. You picked a sunflower. So you have the design that you want, but where are you going to put it? That's going to be the question that most likely you are going to have to answer on yourself, or you're going to have to answer yourself. And the reason I'm saying that is, do you put your sunflower someplace visible? Do you put it someplace not visible? I am, again, a firm believer, depending on your age, how you are established in your career, that should impact where you're putting your tattoo. And it saddens me every time I have to say this, but I have to say it over and over again, that tattoos can affect people getting jobs. It's just the way it is. Corporations are starting to embrace tattoos much more, and I'm very happy about that. But there are still businesses that can stop you from getting jobs by having tattoos, and this is just something that you have to think about. Now remember, this is motherly advice. I advised my own children when they were getting tattoos to put it someplace where they could hide it. For example, for my sons, shoulders, the upper shoulder. So if they wore a shirt, you wouldn't see it. It is something that allowed them to get the tattoos to make sure that this is something they wanted. This is the lifestyle that they did want. And then they could add to it, which they did. So think about where you're putting it as to how it's going to impact your life in the future. And again, it saddens me, but I have to say this, don't put them on your lower arms, don't put them on your hands, don't put them on your neck. Put them someplace to where you can experience the tattoo and it's there for you to see. Upper arms, back, you can put them on your torso, any place, and even your legs. Your legs are so much easier to cover up than your arms. Your arms are going to be the most visible besides your neck and your face, but they're going to be a very visible place to put your tattoos. So again, when figuring out your placement, figure out where you are in life. Don't think of it as compromising if you put it someplace where you can hide it. It's not compromising. It's called thinking of your future. So again, it saddens me to have to say that, but again, this is motherly advice. Put it someplace where you can hide it if you need to hide it. So you have your flower, you got that. You have your placement, you're going to put it on your thigh. So now you have your flower, you know where you're going to put it. Now who's going to give you the tattoo? Again, so important. You want your first tattoo to be a good experience. You want this first tattoo to last. You want to be able to add to it. So you need to figure out who's going to be giving you this tattoo. Now, I cannot express enough the importance of finding a good artist at a good shop. And you can always Google, you can always look on Yelp reviews, and that is a perfectly fine way to do it. I would also recommend speaking to your friends, maybe somebody who has a tattoo and you like the design. If your friend has a tattoo and you like the way it's done and you like the placement, ask them for the artist's name and then see if they can do your tattoo. If you don't have any friends that already currently have tattoos, but you see somebody in the store with tattoos, by all means, I don't think there's anything wrong with, politely asking them, where did you get your tattoos? I'm interested in getting one, because as somebody who has tattoos, I'm extremely proud of mine, and I'm extremely proud of my artists. They're like my family, and I'm always bragging about them. So if you find somebody at the store or at the mall or at work who currently has a tattoo that you like, by all means ask them and get a referral. It is just so important. Again, I cannot express enough how much you want that good tattoo to be a good experience so that you feel comfortable, continuing with your journey. So you have your tattoo, you have your flower, you have your placement, you're going to put it on your leg, your thigh. You have the referral. Now it is extremely important for you to take one last step, and that one last step is to contact the shop, ask if you can come in and meet the tattoo artist, and actually do a face-to-face with them. Talk to them. See if you like their energy. See if you like their answers to your questions. You know, go in there with a list of questions. You know, how much do you charge? What do you think the time frame is going to be for my tattoo? What kind of aftercare do you think I should use after the tattoo? Ask them these questions. Get these answers. If you like the answers, if you like your dialogue with this person, book the appointment. Now plan on bringing cash in to book the appointment, because it's usually, I believe, $100, and you book the appointment. But make sure you like this person. This person is modifying your body. You have to be comfortable during this situation. If at any time during this conversation you feel uncomfortable, you don't like what they're saying, politely be like, thank you for your time, I appreciate it. I'll let you know if I want to book this tattoo. Then go find a different artist. It is imperative that you are comfortable with the artist who is going to be tattooing you. To me, it's a bonding experience. I feel so close to my tattoo artist. He's my friend. You know, I can tell him anything. He tells me, you know, we have such deep conversations. And that's the way it should be. And just strive for that relationship with your artist, and you will just end up with amazing tattoos and great experiences. So you have your tattoo suggesting small, simple. You have your placement, someplace where you can hide it that's not going to affect a future career. The shop, you know where you're going, and the artist. You've met him or her, and you like your artist. There you go. Those are your steps for getting your first tattoo. I will be doing more on getting prepared for your first appointment, but just remember, this is going to be your first tattoo. Enjoy the experience, and just plan on booking for your next tattoo, because I don't think I've ever run into anybody who's like, yep, I was one and done. I'm happy for you that you're going to be experiencing your first tattoo. That's all I can say. So I hope you enjoyed my advice. Please, by all means, leave comments. Let me know what else you would like to hear about. If you would like, I'll be touching on all of those, the shops, the artists, the tattoos, in future episodes. But let me know if there's anything in particular you would like to hear about. As always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please hit the like button. If you'd like to stick around and figure out what I'm going to be talking about next, you can hit the subscribe button. If you would like to see me on a daily basis, you can find me at any form of social media as Gray Hair and Tattoos, or click the links below. I have Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Spotify. You name it, you can find me as Gray Hair and Tattoos. So until next time, remember, tell yourself something kind. Enjoy your first tattoo, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.